All right, welcome back. Good morning. I got a little window of time before I have to get to a meeting I got for a trade and taking care of honeydews and getting stuff ready for the week for the work. So, pour me a cup of coffee. Slept in a little bit today. It's about 8 o'clock. I've been up since 7. That's sleeping in, right? But I figured we'd knock out the Datsuns, that Celine Mustang. And I'll probably do these sometime before lunch in between all the chaos. And that may be it for Sunday as far as recording, preloading for the week. I'm trying that out instead of trying to film every night. It just gets too difficult to allocate the time, with my schedule. So we'll just literally jump right in since we've talked about them twice in 2 other videos. These are 2023 release 2. You got that border color here. Hopefully the lighting is good enough for y'all since we're doing in the morning with natural daylight. This is a 81 Datsun 280ZX BRE Tribute, and this driver is John Morton. The Celine Mustang is I can't remember who drives this car. It says it on there. General Tire 88 Ford Mustang GT. Same thing, 2023 release 2. And then the other Datsun is also an 81 280ZX BRE Tribute, and this driver is John McComb. All right, so back in order. Take the old X-Acto. These are Collector's 10 models too. I have a couple of them that are like this. I think I have the 97 or 8 Trans Am. Let's see. I think it's 97, 30th anniversary. White Trans Am. It's in a Collector's 10. I have another car. It's in a Collector's 10 like this. They're currently stored in the 10s like this. I think what I might do with 1 or 2 of these, especially the Datsuns, one of these will probably go in the garage, depending on how they look under the light. And I'll probably store the other one in a 10, and the other 10 will just get put away. These do not have opening hoods. So just know that whenever y'all go get these. Wheels and tires were kind of so-so. We'll do a roll check real quick just to see how it is. Could be better. It's not that great, being honest. But pretty easy fix. Just takes a little playing with. Collector fact on this one. The paint scheme on this 1981 Datsun 280ZX is a tribute to championship driver John Morton's iconic 1971 BRE Datsun 240Z. So I guess it's what do they call it, like a throwback livery, or they have a reference for that, but it's not too bad overall. It's not that great. I don't think it's worthy of being a collector's 10 car. Got some excess casting, pressing from pushing the rivet. Be careful. It's like a very, very sharp metal shard, especially where they countersink the button head of the rivet. So, all right. Celine Mustang. This car better be a lot better because I held off on keeping this thing in the package for a while because I didn't want to open it. I had the yellow one at one point. I'm not sure. No, I take that back. A buddy of mine that I trade cars with all the time, he actually bought both of these, and he stuck them in front of me and said, "Hey, which one do you want?" And we were both kind of looking at each other like, "Well, I want them both. I don't know what color I want to pick because they're both nice." The other one's yellow, which I like yellow. But well, that's cool. Inside the tin, my other ones aren't like that. So it has the livery on the inside of the tin. That's really cool. And it comes apart, obviously. It's got the car on there. Shows the version. That's also pretty nice of the paint variant. That's the bottom. And that's really cool. The other tin car I have isn't like that. So, very nice surprise. Put the car on top of the tin for now. It's a nice way to have those things stored if you're not going to put them on display right away. I wrap all my cars up in bubble wrap in cardboard boxes or tins. That way, just in the event, over time, slide them in and out. They don't get scuffed and excess wear. And what I like about the tins is if you drop them, the car's not going to get dented. Or the tins, it's going to be pretty resilient to damage. Or depending on how many you stack inside of a container or some kind of storage facility, if you will, housing, the tin does a really good job of protecting everything. Just keep things from getting crushed. This hood opens. It's a good looking car. It's kind of overdone because of all the race livery and the sponsorship on there. It's kind of hard to find the detail, if you will. But it's still a nice car. I love the Fox Body Mustang. I don't know what. Yeah. There you go. Two-piece Johnny Violin wheels. Oh, there's a major issue right there. Looks like it's the driver front. Yeah. That's cool. All right, we'll get a better up close to these in a minute. That was 88 Ford Mustang GT Saleen General Tire livery. This one is version B, so I guess the version A is the yellow. All right, last, it's going to be another 81 Datsun 280ZX. Same thing, BRE Tribute, and the driver on this one is John McComb. That was a Colt. Okay. Just got to kind of keep an eye on the time. Oh, man, what happened here, man? All right. Trash, trash, trash. About the same as the other car. Maybe a little better, actually. Rolls about the same. That's really disappointing, man. These cars are supposed to be a little bit nicer because they're definitely a little more. They're not like the 649 or whatever, at Target or wherever you buy these things. I think these are $9.99. They're still really nice models. They got good detail, but you think they'd be able to get it to roll straight. And that's not too terribly bad, but it's not this good. Not even close. And this car isn't much bigger than that car. Okay. I'll get Colt to pause the camera. We'll put these things in front of us, get an up close shot, and then we'll do a quick turntable, and then we'll knock it out. Ooh. Okay, here's the John Morton 280ZX. Both of these are 1981s. See, they got the lumps in the tires, so they're not seated on the wheels. You just have to kind of miss that stuff. Louvers on the rear windows. That's cool. We got Champion spark plugs, Valvoline motor oil, a little chip on the paint there. BRE number 46. Looks like a National Rifle Association sticker on that window, but I know it's not. There's your undercarriage shot. Trying to play the sunlight. It's not really doing us any favors. Casting info. See, I was talking about they had that real sharp piece trim where they blew the casting out. There's still some pretty sharp shards right there. Anyway, Sling Mustang, 1988 GT. A moron movie producer back there thinks he's going to adjust the light with his woobie, his blanket. I snap at him like one of the dogs. Telling, good night. Look at how they ruined that 5-liter. Come on, man. See, this is why I show y'all. What is that thing buried in quicksand? Is it a quagmire? What is that? Shame on you, Johnny Lightning. Shame on you. That's a disappointment. Titus apparently was a driver. All right, this should be pretty much the same thing as the first car. When I thought I was seeing things, I kept seeing this thing go dark. I turned around, he's over here playing Batman behind me. Look, their own name on there's got an error. Yeah, these are disappointing. I was really not happy when I opened that first car up and saw that. Because it's kind of hard to tell when everything's inside the blister, you know, what's what. Roll quality wasn't that great. I do like the tins. That is a nice feature. They put that down in there. They didn't have to do that. Let me give y'all an up close of this truck, like I told y'all I would 2 videos ago. Plastic bed cover. Sorry. This is the Vegas convention from 2023. This is where they really kind of fell short in this truck. For it to be so nice for Maisto. What is that? I mean, detail's good, but nothing would be solid chrome. It's going to be some black contrast in there. And according to this is a slammed full drive pickup. I'm not sure if they just use the same bases as all the rest of them. I do like the fact that they do low contrast paint for the exhaust. They don't have to do that. It's cool. Phillips screws to remove the bases from the bodies. Interior is pretty accurate. So I want to show y'all, like I said, these bump side Fords. I elected to go with the white walls. This truck came with pretty much a factory 5-spoke. I think they were the hubcap wheels, but it may have been those aluminums. I only went with a black because the white walls are something kind of different. The contrast in the grill looked really good, in my opinion. And the chrome, just putting it up next to the truck, it didn't really look like it fit, if I'm being honest. On both the engines, it does come with a 5-liter Coyote, and I'm assuming this is probably like an, what would this be? Probably like a Ford 390, maybe a 400. The pegs on it were too long because the way they have whatever this thing back here is, and this is probably a battery. That's a coolant bottle. But this thing is in the right way, but it's in the way of putting the motors in. So you basically have to cut the pegs off and wedge this thing in there. And the 5-liter fit in there pretty well, but it was a little loose. I didn't want to glue it. So I just elected to put the factory engine block in there and just kind of wedge it in place. But I was telling you about these having 3-screw chassis. They do this one in the middle because the bed will separate from the cab to keep it from flexing. But the quality of these trucks, man, it's just, they're actually really nice. Ram 2. I mean, it's something different. Everybody wants a square body. Everybody wants this. Everybody wants that. But everybody's kind of sleeping on these, if you're asking me. If you're a Ford fan, or not, you just have appreciation for these trucks. This is a really nice offering, too. Notice this was brand new out of package, and it had these errors on top of the paint. They're pretty substantial. You got to look for them, but anyone with a decent set of eyes is going to see that that's a problem. Anywho, tell you what, we'll go ahead and make this a quick one. These aren't that great. I'm not very pleased with John Lightning right now. I won't even put them on turntable just to waste y'all's time. But I do appreciate y'all watching. I'm going to take notes of these to know that in the future, I'm going to really think hard about the cars that I buy in tins, especially from probably 2022, 2024. It may have just been a certain run, release that they just had problems with. I mean, you can't downfault one problem, for one manufacturer. If you did, everybody would be in the doghouse, right? They all have their days, they all have their moments, they all have certain aspects of QA/QC that needs attention sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, fact beyond that is we got one cranked out for y'all. It'll get uploaded, throughout the week at some point. And I appreciate the support. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Thanks for watching. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'll get a couple more knocked out today and go from there. So stay blessed.